She is our first guru. Her mantra, her heartbeat, her love and ever-renewing source. Let us remember Ma.
This chant is for the mother in a song. This chant is for the mother in us all. When I think of mother, I chant Ma. When I think of mother, I chant Ma. This chant is for the mother.
We remember Ma.
The mother in a song. This chant is for the mother in us all.
Take refuge as your sons and daughters.
When I think of mother, I chant Ma. When I think of mother, I chant Ma. This chant is for the mother in a song. This chant is for the mother in us all. Now when I think of mother, I chant Ma. When I think of mother, I chanting. I celebrate the
Deep in Earth's heart lie the halls of Amenti, far neath the island of the sunken Atlantis. Halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in the fire of the infinite fall. Far in a past time, lost in the space-time, the children of light look down on the world, seeing the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond. Knew they that only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from the earth to the sun.
Chilling with those in the holes of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites found and I begin to galactic. Chilling with those in the holes of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites found and I begin to galactic.
They trying to bring me down like Atlantis. They ain't understanding the message of the passage. Yeah, that's automatic. Force field fast, different world like the Wayne. Yeah, different planet. Everybody's so savage. Dark green tablet. Let me teach the people they can do a little magic. Let me teach the people they can walk a little faster. Keep a tight grip, walking up Jacob's ladder. Let go of that cargo. Now you know the mysteries of the cosmos, and you know that up here's no time zones. You can go anywhere that I go. Let's go fasting on everything, cool on everything. I'm back to the astral plane. I'm sick of the same old things. I'm feeling like Wu-Tang Cash rules everything.
Chilling with those in the holes of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites found and I begin to galactic. Chilling with those in the holes of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites found and I begin to galactic. I'm one with my mind, body, and soul. For the love that I am taking over control. Got my soul integrating as my mind got divided. I feel my continent with light, then I became triple-sided. My glands started expanding and started commanding my thoughts and emotions. My body was standing in complete darkness. I was cold and heartless till meditation had your boy feeling thoughtless. Geometrical patterns started manifesting and started blessing my path. I started feeling the wrath from within. My pineal getting bigger. Got my DNA activated, my mind's getting sicker. That's when Thoth stepped in as he looked me in my eye. Astro projected out, Dove Lila to the sky. Immortal observations of parallel creations, ascending through these dimensions of light. Feel my sensations, son. I'm chilling with those in the holes of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites found and I begin to galactic. Chilling with those in the holes of Amenti. No food in 3 days, stomach empty, I'm fasting. All the while I'm acting on my passion. Sacred sites found and I begin to galactic.
He who by progress has grown from the darkness, lifted himself from the night into light. Free is he of the halls of Amenti, free from the flower of light and of life. Guided he then by wisdom and knowledge, passes from men to the master of life.
Immortal. Yeah. Came out the portal, immortal into a human body. I've been existing way before the earth had Anunnakis. Intergalactical battles, intergalactical travels, infinitely going through stars. The universe will unravel all of its secrets, peep it. I'm starting to leak it. Time for truth is coming, 100, it's time to seek it. Expanding my perception through the spectrum of light. I'm going in with spectrum and the shit's out of sight. We indigo children, yeah, we building frequencies through the ceiling. Penetrating through reality, a marvelous feeling. Regardless, we're healing these humans that be claiming we demonic. The resonance goes over their heads, we super cosmic. Your logic is ignorance mixed with fear in your thinking. My pineal gland is flooding, son, that shit don't be blinking. Sinking into your subconscious like a song with no words. The way I come up with these symbols of letters is absurd. Hey yo, my rhymes are like angelic beings. That shit is freeing, so pure that if you were born blind, I'll have you seeing. Breathing in a multi-dimensional light so captivating. Double helix is nonsense, so what I'm activating. Feel the power from within, seeping right through my skin. From the earth into my feet as it goes up to my chin. It got me grinning, rotation like spirals, my music spinning. I told you that I don't be playing, still I'm always winning. Fibonacci to the haters, curve them right to the side. They don't understand the energy, it comes from inside. So inside is what I master, used to be a disaster. Now I'm gladly elevating to a whole new chapter. Yeah, I'm giving birth to a whole new style. I incarnated through New York, yeah, I rep Long Island. Don't get it twisted though, I'm truly repping this earth. I came to free all these humans and show you all what you're worth. Immortal. Yeah, raising your frequencies one soul at a time. As I pass this mic to my boy Spectrum, yo Spectrum, light that up, kid.
They tried to tell me I'm mortal, I told them I was immortal. They asked me what makes me different, I asked them what makes you normal. I just followed my morals and I unfollowed the formal. Hopped on a track with crews, now we straight cruising through portals. I download the Metatron, I'm reversing it till I'm dead and gone. If you think I'm dope, then you said it wrong. Not trying to flex, but I'm hella strong. Mine did things you never seen. When I say mine, you know what I mean. I'm the most when I'm in my mode, and y'all averages like the mean. I really didn't mean to go intervene. I'm the middleman, chilling in between. You should do the math, we ain't keeping score. But I just hit a 3.14. I cook it up, make it look easy as pie. I'm moving in silence and seeing the sign. I am the G, if you remove me, all you gon' see is your sins. This is a big game of six, the simulation is breaking again. I'm taking control, creating my soul, and if the truth fits, I'm breaking it in. Breaking it. All I really know is that I'll never know. I've been here for forever, don't know when to go. I think that indicates that I'm an indigo. In that case, I'm in the go. Green light, my heart, chakra booming. Solar plexus, Lexus zooming. You assuming that I'm human. I'm just being what you doing. I've been teaching teachers frequently. It's apparent I'm a parent when it comes to raising frequencies. The way I'm living life, I haven't rest in peace recently. Immortal with my technique, but my ego dying easily. Death is teasing me by leaving me with DMT. Now it seems to me that everything I see is seeing me. Life is just an infinite circle with a twist. I used to wanna be like them, now they do not exist.
Immortal.
Peace, and welcome in to Melanin Frequency Vigil and also Act of Unity number 20. I hope I am being heard. Please indicate that I am. I hope I am being heard. But yes, thank you all for showing up yet again on another haptad for us in this year of divine unity. So thank you. I'm glad I am being heard. Okay, so yes, we are in the year of divine unity. We embody our natural love frequency, living as one in divine unity on earth. We embody our natural love frequency, living as one in divine unity on earth. We embody our natural love frequency, living as one in divine unity on earth. Ashe, and Ashe. Oh, so we do join each and every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So with that, I am going to introduce myself. I am Star. I'm Kin 122. I am the white overtone wind. I empower in order to communicate, commanding breath. I seal the input of spirit with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of heart. Ashe. So I am so honored to be the priestess initiate of the mimic priesthood as well. So thank you all. We're going to get into this mission. So our mission is to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of high frequency beings with immortal health and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of cosmic knowledge. That is our mission. And as we get into that, our mission, so we are on Kin 61, and that is the Red Solar Dragon. So we are currently in the Red Skywalker Wave spell. And with that, we're going to read this 3 times, and please join me as we do so. So the first one is I, the second one is you, and the third time we will see as we, as a collective. So I pulse in order to nurture, realizing being. I seal the input of birth with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of navigation. You pulse in order to nurture, realizing being. You seal the input of birth with the solar tone of intention. You are guided by the power of navigation. And the last time, we pulse in order to nurture, realizing being. We seal the input of birth with the solar tone of intention. We are guided by the power of navigation. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Oh, so with the Destiny Cross for Kin 61, the guide is Kin 217, and that is the red solar earth. That is right above. And then on the left-hand side, that is the mental body, that is Kin 191, and that is the blue solar monkey. Below is the emotional body, and the emotional body is Kin 200, which is the yellow overtone sun. And then over to the right-hand side is the physical body, and that is Kin 178, the white solar mirror. Ashe. So that is the complete one of Kin 61, the red solar dragon. So yes, with that, we're going to get into some of these announcements. So as we get ready for another powerful session, just please take a moment to see all the happenings and events and any reminders that we have in the announcements. And as it will go through twice, so if you were not able to see one, it'll go around a second time. If you just need to jot any information down, or if you're interested in anything, take a screenshot. But please always reach out if you did miss anything. We love to get you that information. So with that, I'm going to put these announcements up, and we'll be right back in a moment.
see, I am the bag, time to manifest wealth. Universal blow, free soul. Showered in love everywhere that I go. Knee deep in the dirt on rainy nights, water in the see the light so the trees them grow. Food for the labor, we mesmerize the world with this flavor. And we don't care about no haters. Shining too bright, you can't shade us. They're too rude to return them. Bye bye Babylon, we gon' burn them. And they're too rude to return them. Bye bye Babylon, we gon' burn them. And every death and rebirth is a cycle eternal.
Okay, so that was the announcements. And I hope you got all that information that you needed. So so before we get into it, I do have it on my heart to just do a special shout out to Priestess Moot Maya Nefer Habiballah, and also for Priestess Kali Anut Heteru Po Da Chimi. I just want to just send my love to you guys. Your presence, your energy, all is always seen and felt. I truly love and appreciate just being a priestess initiate with you both. So I'm sure I don't always express it. However, you both have been a big part of my learning process in these moments. So I'm just always in awe just because you guys, well, I see it as the balance. You guys balance so much from your own personal life and then what you do into the priesthood. So I just love that. So I just want to say thank you both. And with that said, HP, the priesthood is such a big reflection. So just being with them too, and then being with you as well. I just want to just say thanks just for all you do. Thank you. Give thanks. Your flowers, your love, your dedication, everything to this mission is just so beautiful. So yes, I'm grateful and I'm so honored to just be here to experience this all with all of you. So much love and gratitude. I'm going to yield the mic now to HP. So yes.
The high priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. The high priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness. Amen. The high priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Amen. Amen. The high priestess, the mimic who pulled me in. Amen. It's time we come together to raise our consciousness.
All right. Greetings, greetings. Am I being heard? All right. All right. So welcome, everyone, to our Melanin Frequency Vigil, and I'm very, very excited about this evening. I get to show off the priesthood again, so I'm excited. So I do thank you all for being here this evening. Also, a big shout out to Ken 122 Star, who is one of our priestess initiates, and she is a part of the faction that will be presenting this evening. In fact, she is the one who created from our joint visualization the sigil for the melanin frequencies. So we're very excited about her, and we thank her. We do thank you for your dedication here, and yes. And of course, big shout out to Priestess Moot Ma'at Nefer Habiballah for all of our upgrades that y'all are seeing. And I'm just loving everything that's going on. So yes. So again, welcome to all of you for being here this evening. And let's get into it. We were on the last session, we were on Unity Act number 19, where we talked about children as multidimensional beings. And that was an awesome, awesome presentation. If you were not here, definitely you want to go back. You can just go right back on YouTube and look at all of the videos, and you'll be able to get the replay for that session. Awesome. One of the things I remember the most about the presentation, and that was from our nurturer faction, and they turned it out. Okay. And then they followed it up with our young melanated immortal session. And so one of the things that I remember the most was that if we're going to have our children be multidimensional beings, then we also need to go within. And if we have any part of us where we still have that child that wasn't heard, that wasn't acknowledged, that wasn't given enough attention or given what they need, that we also in this process heal that. And so it was a very awesome presentation. And then the Unity Act was for us to get the children together, to go for the young melanated immortals, or at least promote or something, right? And so I definitely want to hear from you guys about what your Unity groups did this past heptad for this Unity Act. And so we're going to put a link here. Let's see. Oh, they got something new. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was reading. They put something new in here. I was like, oh, what's this? Okay. All right. So we have the link here in the chat for you guys to come through with your reflections. And, let us know what was going on with you guys. What happened over this past heptad as far as our acts of unity. And I will yield the mic. For me, while I'm waiting for someone to come back here, for the priesthood, well, let me talk about me personally. What I did is, like, we had a lot of things going on, right? I still hadn't finished my part. This was 2 Unity Acts ago. Remember, the instructions was to create like a cloth for healing, protection, or frequency and whatever. And so we came together as a group, and we had a discussion about what we were going to create. As a matter of fact, I didn't hear back about what the other groups did. For the priesthood, we definitely we decided to circulate this cloth, and so with it, I hadn't finished my part, and I didn't want it, like, I wanted the cloth just to have a frequency on it, right? And so over this past heptad, what I decided to do was to put the sutras into the cloth. So all of the sutras that we do for the fall, for the spring, for the summer, if you ever come to any of those events, you know what I'm talking about. I just put it all into the cloth, and then I tested it, right? So I take the cloth and put it on my head, see what I feel like, and you can definitely feel a vibration off of it. And so, now it's ready to go to the next person in the priesthood, and then they put their frequency on it. And so by the time we're done, that goes on our altar, and then, boom. So that's what I did over last heptad, just kind of catch up on some of the things that I hadn't completed as far as these Unity Acts. So definitely looking forward to hearing from you guys. I don't see where anybody has come back here. Right. Okay. And that's fine too. What we will do. Nobody. No reflections. All right, all right.
I'll share.
Okay, go ahead.
I always try to yield, to the guest in space and everything, but by all means, I did do something, and I prior to the Young Melanated Mortals initial, right, I think it was right after the overview. I shot it out on social media, and then right before the first session, I shouted it out to several people that I knew who had youth or who were involved with youth from when I worked with the school district, and my neighbors. And so, but when we did the actual frequency, and you gave the announcement during our unity group, our circle for the priesthood, I literally picked up the phone, and literally dialed to talk to the parents to let them know what we were doing, um and to share again, with them directly the information and my level of interest, for them and their children being a part of this, because it is something, really important, not just for us, but for our upcoming generations, right? And to let them know, it's not just for the young kids, but it's for the teenagers, it's for the young adults, and so on and so forth. So, um, and then for them, you know, but for those who are like-minded, for those who think past the stigma or the program of our ancestral lineage, right? So my hope, is that our numbers, we had an amazing set of numbers for this first Young Melanated Immortal session. I would hope it would be because, of what we did with putting the word out to the adults last Melanin Frequency Night for Act 19. And the kids, I know from the reports that I've received, really enjoyed themselves. So that means we're doing something, we being about something. And I can imagine the numbers doubling for this coming Friday. But hey, because we know the more the merry. But at the same time, they enjoyed themselves. They got something out of it. I talked to my granddaughter, and she was like, yeah, she was happy that she was able to use her intuition and understand what it was and everything. So, and really grasp the concept of everything that these children are coming into, or that they're in, but they just don't really understand the whys, you know? So, thank you very much for this time to share. I got a big, humongous smile on my face because everything that we're doing within these acts of unity just lifts my spirits, lifts my heart. It definitely, is setting stuff in alignment, really fulfilling the mission, for Mimic. And it just feels real good. So give thanks for this moment. Thank you very much, High Priestess, for your vision and leadership, and everybody else in this space, that's here to really fulfill this mission with us. I yield the mic.
I say, yes, give thanks, give thanks. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. And so even if you all weren't able to really focus on it, it's ongoing. So it's not too late to get the word out. The children definitely enjoyed themselves, and are looking forward to the next one. And so yes, 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 yes.
Man, it's I'll be thinking like if I could have only had a
Oh,
piece
wait a
of
minute.
this
Okay.
while I was in the process of my growth and coming into my understanding, like where I would be at now. But the reflection that I wanted to share with all of you is I've been coming into just a better understanding of myself. And I was talking to our young man a little bit ago. It wasn't like this past hep tab, but the hep tab before, about just the importance of me making sure that as their mother, they have nurturing. And, me and Ken, 38, our young men, they're 20, 23, and 19. So they're in a pivotal point in their life of still needing to have guidance and being molded in some way. Um, but after the session, I really caught fire and passion on just encouraging them in a way to make them uncomfortable as their mother, and still understanding that they're always going to be my children, and I have a responsibility to them to give them some insights and guidance that's going to make them feel uncomfortable. Because I know on every growth edge that I've experienced, it's always been uncomfortable. And I was telling our youngest Nafis, I'm like, you know, he's just been chilling. He's been out of school. It's been like almost 2 years. I'm like, okay, now's the time you have to really, you got to make some moves. You got to get into school. You got to get a part. You got to do something. I was lighting a fire up under him. And I can just tell by his face that he was feeling uncomfortable. And I was just asking him, like, son, you don't like how this feels. I'm making you uncomfortable. You really ain't wanting to do this. And he's like, yes. I'm like, well, I'm so happy that you feeling that way. And man, if I could have recorded just the look on his face, it was priceless. He's like, I can't believe Mama say this to me. But I'm like, we don't get anywhere without having to feel some type of I want to call it pressure, but the analogy that I gave him is like, when a woman goes through birth, you have contractions, and that means that you're coming into something new. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, that's just part of you birthing into your new self. And I just this energy that I have within me as a mother is just been. I'm just very thankful to have that light and that passion. The only other thing that I was gonna say is I'm happy to hear that the space is for all folks that need to hear this. I'm like, man, my young man, they don't fit within the age category of this group, but I'm definitely going to encourage them to join this Friday, just to listen in, to join, and to see what gems that come to them as far as the growth that they need and the seeds that they need planted so that they can continue to grow and prosper. Um, so that's my share. Thank y'all for listening. Much love to all of you, and gratitude. I yield the mic.
I say. Wow. Yeah. There definitely is space, even though they don't fit the age group. There is always something there. The adults loved it too. So they can definitely join in if they like. It's no problem. So, all right. Ashe, thank you so much for sharing. All right. I have Oh, okay. I saw brother Akil in here too, and I see 221 is in the house. Okay, I yield the mic
To who?
to you. 221.
Okay.
You on the stage.
Yes, high priestess. I just heard a kill first. Yeah, ye must come as a child. I mean, it's a beautiful thing that that you're using a challenge and an illusion, right? Because okay, the children, the so-called kids, the so-called age bracket, um, these are young melanated immortals. They're not none of that what I just said, right? And I'm a young melanated immortal because your clock starts when you realize, you know, who you are. Um, so I think it's just a beautiful, leadership is just something to be cherished and something to be respected. That the way that you're doing it in order to kind of lure us in to a state where we can receive guidance that leads us back to our original selves. Um, and with me, I'm not a linear type of learner. So then, stuff just happens. I just had like a deep conversation with my daughter, and I just, kind of let her just talk. She hadn't really had that opportunity to just kind of just, as a young lady, just let it flow. And I was able to just allow her to let it flow and just come as a child, be obedient. Things that she thought that I should be doing or that I should do. I just did it right, just made an example right in front of her. I just did it right then, right? To just show her that this whole illusion of how we measure one another is absolutely an illusion. Doesn't matter, age is when you get it is when you get it, right? So, you know, from the Christian point of view or the Bible point of view, it clearly says, ye must come as a child, you know, and all I know is I don't know is another one that they say, or he or she who knows that they don't know is wise. All of that is real, right? But the fact is, we think we know something. So the high priestess, being the high priest, got to be wise. They said, well, let's just start with the babies. What's your superpower? What do you do? Because they only been here 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. It's not as hard for them to think back or think right into into the now of what it is they do best. For some of us who've been around a few more years, it might be a little more pressure. And like speaking to what Ken 163 was just saying, we've been through the program and we've been made to think that anything outside of pleasure and nothing is uncomfortable, right? So if the feeling shows up and it's not something that you can't feel at all, that you're totally numb to, right? Or if it doesn't give you pleasure, then you perceive it as something bad. My daughter was talking to me about energy. She's young, so I can feel energy. This is her gift. I can feel energy, but what I didn't get an opportunity to say to her because she was talking was like, okay, just because you feel something and you feel it feels uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable because you really don't know what it is. That's what makes it uncomfortable. But that doesn't make it a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. I was telling Ken 163, Ken 38 earlier that, when, as far as my experience as moving to where I am now, which is in contact with you all now, I came in contact with certain people and certain entities, and and when they gave me the cue that I really didn't belong there, and it might have been ugly or disrespectful or just uncomfortable. Man, just fell in love. Wow, man, I love you for being obedient. I love you for being obedient, for letting me know. And then I kissed him goodbye and kept moving until where I am now, together with you all. So he must come as a child. And I give thanks for this opportunity to share, and I'll cut it right there. Peace.
I say, that's it right there. Yep. I love that. I love that reminder that we must come as because when you really get to really like you say, you get it when you get it. And when you really get it, you do realize how much you don't know. And you feel like a child because it's like, wow, okay. I'm supposed to know all of this stuff, but I know that there's a lot that I don't know and haven't experienced. So give thanks for that. All right, we had Brother Akil, and then I see 229 in the house. So Brother Akil, I yield the mic. There you go. But I don't hear you. Okay. It looked like your mic just went on mute.
Greetings.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so last Ted, I think the question was, what did you not have that you felt like you needed or something like that? And I remember feeling like I mean honestly it was almost like a irritation because I didn't want to think about that. I didn't even like, and which to me was like unusual because I have been used to so long liking to talk about it because it was to me an excuse for uh, my actions and things of this nature. And I was like, it was uncomfortable because I'm like, man, I don't feel like even. I don't even know if I need to be on today because I don't want to think about that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. But after reflecting on it, I'm like, man, that's actually a dope thing. I appreciate myself for just being like, I'm done. I'm done with the story. I was telling a dealer earlier, like, for me that story, um, I kind of been using it like uh to try to gain some kind of approval or some kind of acceptance or some kind of pass. And I don't know, I just am grateful because I don't need that, and then just being in that space, I really even just last heptad, I just am being opened up to just allowing myself to really be honest about what, what that type energy has caused me to produce, and shoot, I don't know, like I'm grateful because I feel like now, my kids, we talking about the youth and things like that. My kids, like you heard deal, my kids ain't kids, but they still need to see, they still need guidance, and they need to see me being my fullest self, my whole self, so that they can be that. So um that's pretty much my reflection. I think that this is amazing. I think that you know what you're doing, what we're doing here is to answer the question is what I would have needed, what I didn't have. So perfect. But I that's my reflection, and I yield the mic. Thank you, peace.
Peace, Ashe, Ashe. I love that you said that about the story. I remember, and that's a great place to be where you don't need the story anymore. That I remember a long time ago. Well, I don't know if it was that long ago, but anyway, me and Nebta Harker, we used to always joke about that. And, sometimes we just play. And we had a saying, right? And it was, fuck your story, right? Because that's the thing that causes the most resistance to opening yourself up to uh consciousness, to being all that you can be, is that story. Them traumas, dramas, and karmas. That's where it comes from. It comes from them stories, because you gotta, oh well, and I have my story. My story starts with, I can go on and on and on about that story. And that story tethers me to everything that happened. And then we try to tether everybody else to our story because we were so this, and this is why you hear me talk about how, everybody got them whispers in their ear. We're on here with a bunch of people who are unique, who are different. But what happens is sometimes we so tethered to that story, whatever our story is, we try to project that onto everybody else, and everybody else is trying to project their story on, so when you lose the need for the story, oh man, all shucky ducky, right? Yeah, when they say Kansas is going bye-bye. So that's a great place to be. Thank you so much. All right, we got one more, and then we're gonna move on. I yield the mic to 29.
Yes, greetings. It's Ines Elkin 229, the Red Galactic Moon. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I had the opportunity today to print out the melanin frequency for the youth. And I just love it so much. And I'm just so excited to hand this over to a friend of mine. I'm going to go over to her house and hand it to her. She homeschools and she has children from, I think, 2 to 18. So, yeah, I know she will implement this. So I hope that, maybe she'll, join some of the live sessions. I also sent some of the information to another friend of mine. She has a 3 or 4 year old. So he's a little young, but it's really, when it comes to this type of information, is when the parents are very active, in helping to implement this, then it goes a long way. So it's kind of like this relationship, between the parent and the child to, get this moving. So I've been trying to think of all the people that I know that would do that. And so this is amazing. Definitely want the young melanated immortals to grow. It's something I really do feel this deep in my heart, that I could just imagine what these children will, evolve into, as they become adults, by having this type of foundation, being very, knowing how to trust themselves. So I was actually on the first live that y'all did. And I just, sat back listening and stuff like that. Y'all were talking about the intuition, then you had the intuition game and stuff like that. And I played along with it a little bit, and I was like, okay. And the children were doing so well with the testing, with the, just little tests and stuff. And so I can only see it just becoming more creative and having fun. So I think that's what this brings out too, is a level of fun and joy that we all need, because it's like, when you think about, what do you do for fun? Some people, they don't even know what they do for fun. So I felt like it felt engaging. It felt very fun, even for me as an adult, just knowing that other people were enjoying themselves. So so I'm going to continue to promote by people that I know, and then I'll just tell them personally. And and that's how I'm going to do it. All right, peace.
Ashe. And that's one of the most effective ways to do it, is just individually. Like sometimes we think it has to be, or a something where we got to get 20 people, we got to get this, but one by one, that it sticks. So thank you so much for doing it that way. That's what's up, and we definitely appreciate all of your support. 229. All right. So I thank you all for sharing all of these were amazing reflections. And here's the information that definitely take a screenshot. Let me move my picture out of the way here, so that you can get the journals if you want, and then also the information about the class and the Unity Acts that we're going to be going through with all of us young melanated immortals, right? So I was going along with the game as well, and there's more to come. They really have an awesome sessions set up for us for this young melanated immortals, and it's very exciting. All right, so Look at here. Got a big, I was going to say we had a surprise, but anyway. All right. So we are on our next session. So definitely we have Dr. B Serious, who is going to come in and talk to us about his new book, right? What's eating you. He's also going to talk about what he does as far as herbal remedies, parasite cleanse. And I'm going to tell you from experience that his parasite cleanse is like none other. I have never had the experiences that I have been having on this parasite cleanse that I'm telling you that when he says it is a metaphysical and interdimensional parasite cleanse, it really is. Okay, because I have had some experiences while doing his parasite cleanse. So yes, he's going to be talking to us about his new book. He's also going to be talking about our next melanin frequency transmission. And so you definitely don't want to miss it. This is definitely an honor for us to have Dr. B Serious in the house with us. So we look forward to seeing you all on for that. Well, all right. Listen. Ooh, I get to brag about the priesthood, right? So this act of unity is sponsored by our frequency and interdimensional faction. Yes, we got 13 factions in this priesthood, and we have a faction that's just focused on frequencies and interdimensional things, right? And so this next act of unity, or this next melanin frequency wave, deals with just that, right? And so these four here, this is headed up by Priestess Kali Anut Heteru Podakimi. Yep, she is the prime of this faction. And then we have Kin 43, our self-existing Knight, and that is Nikita. And then we have Moon Goddess Ambrosia, Kin 181, and also Kin 122, who is our hostess here usually for the Melanin Frequency. The Melanin Frequency itself is sponsored by the Frequency and Interdimensional faction. And so they put together the presentation this evening for this Unity Act. And so I am so excited about this faction. I be trying to get up in there, right? I'm like, I want to be in frequency and interdimensional. So anyway, sometimes I come in and then they keep me out. But anyway, I'm so excited about this presentation. It definitely has been my honor and my pleasure to speak with you this evening. We're going to have the presentation, I believe, is done by Ken 206, our white spectral world bridger priestess, Kali Anut Heteru Podakini. And let me tell you, like I said, she quiet, but she is a powerhouse. Okay. And that's why she's the prime for frequency and interdimensional. It's the frequency, right? It's something, she's not saying that, you know what? Let me go on over here and see what's she doing all up in these ethers, right? Let me see what she's doing. And so I look forward to this. It definitely has been my honor, my pleasure. I love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next one. Hotep.
Hello, family. I'm Priestess Kali, Anut Heteru Podakimi, Kin 206, the white spectral world bridger. I dissolve and already equalize, releasing opportunity. I still serve death with the spectral tone of liberation. I'm guided by the power of death, my own power double. I am the prime of the frequency interdimensional faction. In this plasma, I will be discussing the Melanin frequency wave 20. When this one came out, it was in February 39th, 2020. We strengthen our metaphysical properties to guide us to safety and proper immunity, remedy, ritual, or location for any catastrophic or pandemic events. We strengthen our metaphysical properties to guide us to safety and proper immunity, remedy, ritual, or location for any catastrophic or pandemic events. We strengthen our metaphysical properties to guide us to safety and proper immunity, remedy, ritual, or locations for any catastrophic or pandemic events. Ashe. In this plasma, I will be talking about strengthening our metaphysical properties for guidance. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've noticed that our country and planet has faced numerous catastrophic events. The last pandemic was COVID-19 that began in 2019 and started kind of easing up in 2021 to 2022. Although COVID is no longer officially labeled a quote-unquote pandemic, people can still contact the virus. Every year, various parts of the world experience hurricanes, typhoons, depending on where your location and what you call it, earthquakes, tsunamis, and even heavy winter fall that keeps us indoors. Our goal of this heptide is to explore how metaphysical properties can guide us through these natural, or how, depending on your look on it, unnatural events. Now let's explore some kind of tools that we can use to kind of help us with this goal. Now this is just a small group of tools I will be discussing, but there are more options. I have fingers and toes. As I said, this list is brief and condensed. The first tool is stones. Stones have been used for thousands of years and considered living beings that can help you connect with yourself and others. People use it for grounding, meditation, or even protection. I have specific stones on my property that help shield my house, and others I carry in my pocket to keep me grounded. There are many ways to use stones depending on their properties. Certain stones, like crystals, can have their energy manipulated for several purposes. If you're new to using stones and unsure where to start, there are hundreds of books that help guide you. Next, let's discuss meditation. There are many types of meditation. There's walking meditation, guided meditation, candle gazing, eye closing, calming practices. Some people even use mindfulness as a form of meditation. If you practice it well, you can even connect to others during meditation. In my view, meditation is the foundation supporting all other practices on this list. Third is brain balancing. I hope everyone here has at least started practicing it. It is a fundamental modality almost as important as meditation. I personally began meditating years before I started even brain balancing. Now, once I became balanced, my meditation skills improved, and I was able to use other tools that are on this list more effectively. If there's one thing I want to emphasize, is to ensure you're brain balancing every plasma. It's only 15 minutes, and the more consistently you do it, the better you become. I cannot stress enough how crucial it is to do this daily. Grounding is our next one. It is a very important tool with various methods. You can remove your shoes and socks and stand on the earth and absorb its energy, or even sit cross-legged to activate your root chakra, allowing that energy to flow from your chakra into the earth. There are even different breathing techniques to aid you in grounding. Walking and practicing breathing can be effective as well. The best method really depends on what works best for you, and how you know that it's best discovering through different experimentations. Grounding is essential for maintaining focus and stability, especially when engaging in metaphysical practices. Without grounding, your energy can become scattered, making it difficult to concentrate and using other techniques or even connecting with your unity partners. Next, let's discuss tarot. Tarot has been utilized for thousands of years in various forms. You can purchase a deck that has numbers and with beautiful imagery that includes a major and minor arcana. Do you know that even some people use playing cards as tarot? I think it's very fascinating, and I have seen it used but I've never done it myself. There are several ways to engage even using a tarot deck. You can shuffle it and just even draw a single card out. Arrange your cards in a specific spread on the floor. I've even noticed sometimes where you're kind of shuffling a deck and a single card just kind of falls out. To me, sometimes that's hinting that you need to read it. Some people have a natural intuition for tarot, while others, it may take weeks, months, or even years to become comfortable working with a deck. If this is something that you decide to use, I say go for it. I personally have 3 to 4 decks that I love using them, and just practice it with it. The more you use your deck, then it just talks to you. I personally use just a 3-card spread, and I can ask any kind of question and it comes up to the answer for me. Next is the pendulum. I really enjoy using this because it requires clearing your mind so those answers flow through you. There are various types of pendulums, including wooden ones, even stone ones that have different shapes and sizes. Of course, most resemble a teardrop, but sometimes there are different forms, but I personally prefer the teardrop sign. The problem is, if your mind is strong, you can influence what the pendulum response is. This is why it's important to stay grounded. Your mind should be clear, and you just need to allow the energy to flow so the pendulum can give you the accurate answers that you're seeking. This tool is helpful for even asking questions about safety, storms, pandemics, or even just ways to protect yourself. I personally always carry a pendulum with me. I don't always use it for ask questions, but when I'm looking at stuff on a map, or even when I picked what the priesthood was going to do for our fasting, I use actually the pendulum, and it picked out the best choice for us. Next is examine energy. Everything around us contains energy. Whether it's the stones I mentioned earlier, this table, the chair I'm sitting on, the house I'm living in, my body, or even the voice I'm using to do this presentation. How this energy used can vary between some people. Some people use it for healing, while others use it to clear unwanted energies from spaces. Have you ever entered a room and just felt the energy was off? This is just energy itself. Now, some people say you can do energy for good or evil. It kind of really depends on how you look at it. Energy is a connection I mentioned earlier, linking you to your partners, friends, or even family. Now, there's just this rumor around about so-called energy vampires who drain your energy. Maybe. I personally sometimes call it being at work, and they're just draining my energy from being there. But I always say be mindful of the energy that you use and how you direct it. Final is candles. Candle magic is a versatile tool. There's different colors that you can use for different purposes. The great thing about candles, if you actually make your own candles, you can add stones to them, different perfumes, even herbs to your candles. And the cool thing is when the candle is burning, that scent comes out that you put in the candle, the herbs or even the different scents. Remember, you can use candles to help you focus just using on the flame. Even if you're really good and you use your energy in your hand, you can make the flame move. That's when you're really good at doing it. So it really depends on how you use this candle. And as with anything on this list, is the intention of using the candle to help you determine how you're going to use this tool that will help you with the homework for the assignment for this heptad. Now remember, over the past 20 heptads, we as a group have been on a journey to improve ourselves in aiming to select our unity partners to help us support us and keep us accountable. When we collaborated, we were exchanging energy. And sometimes consciously or unconsciously, depending on how long we've been on this path, that we are using energy. This heptag is kind of elevating all the efforts that we've done for the past 19 heptags that we have been on this journey. This heptag and all the things I've talked about in the previous slide about the metaphysical properties are going to help us assist us on the tasks that we'll be kind of using for the homework. So as we're moving on this part of this presentation, remembering how we're going to focus on how we're going to use these tools. Remember, figuring out which works best for you. So if you look at this slide, you have the different things we kind of talked about. It's a little bit different than I discussed, but it kind of still gives you the overall gist about it. And then you have you as a person being represented in this right here. And then of course, then we have the planet that we are going to be discussing on for our homework, and it all kind of really works together. So remember, as I said before, the next 7 plasmas will be focusing on engaging on your group and devising the best strategies for you. As previously mentioned, you're going to find your tool. Now, I say it doesn't have to be the tool that I discussed. It can be whatever tool that works best for you guys. And then you're going to locate a natural disaster. Now, it can be starting small, like checking next week's weather or seeing there's even an upcoming event in your town. You can assess to see if it's even safety to attend before you arrive. Starting this provides you an excellent foundation to kind of build upon. And then you can move on to even larger events like holidays, natural disasters, being mindful even being mindful of upcoming seasons, like hurricane season or that's becoming soon. Tornado season that's going to be affecting the Midwest. Remember, it starts in the summer. And then remember, we still have ice storms, coastal fires. California always has a certain fire. Yellowstone National Park geyser has been more active than usual. I don't know if you've been listening to the news and stuff, but there's been more earthquakes around the world that's been going on in Japan, in California, in Oregon and Washington. Even Alaska has earthquakes. I don't know if you realize there's even, everybody always talks about fault lines, about being on the West Coast, but there are fault lines are on the East Coast too, and they're very dormant. But once in a while, they do shift. And it's good to know if that's going to happen. There's been some volcanoes that have been more active than usual. There's one in St. Helens in Oregon that there was no kind of warning that it happened in 1981. Mount Rainier, that's in Washington State, it is a volcano too, even though it is inactive. And if it does become active, there are like millions of people that will be affected if that does happen. But this is just something to kind of build upon that I have discussed. And so, as you're looking at this picture, it kind of brings it all together. You're having your different tools that I discussed. You're coming together as your group, as your unity partners to kind of come up with something. So remember, starting out small, there's no pressure. Even if you're busy, that's okay. At least you at least started. The point of this activity is to open you up to something that's more possible that you never thought could happen. I absolutely love this picture. This picture here is the flower of life. It symbolizes everything and everyone is interconnected. To me, it represents initial step in understanding unity, whether it's individual, a group, or with partners. This image shows that we're all connected in some kind of way. This is a suggestion. Take a picture of this symbol that you can use later on as even a grounding tool for yourself to make you feel centered and connected. The goal is to make you feel grounded, that you feel in your own body, that you can feel your own skin, your own energy, or even your soul. Once you feel that sense of grounding, it becomes easier to connect with your unity partners, friends, and others. All right, so just to discuss our homework, we are at mission 20, and our goal is to strengthen our metaphysical properties of guidance. And this is our homework. Collaborating for psychic partners of Earth. Work closely with your unity partners to decide on the specific method you will use to establish a psychic partnership with the Earth. Each member of your group may select a distinct practice and provide that collectively when you arrive at the same conclusion. Suggested collaborative practices. Ask, using your chosen psychic method, what weather will be best at a designated time? Select a location that has experienced a natural disaster within the past year, such as a Yosemite Park, and inquire psychically whether the area is safe now. This is just, you can use Yosemite Park or you can use for anything. And as always, make sure you journal so we can discuss this on the next heptad. I hope if you learned a little from this presentation, I enjoyed sharing some of the knowledge that I have gained over the years about this subject. I look forward to the next heptad session where you'll discuss your insights. Thank you again for listening to this presentation. This is Callie New Hetru Podakimi, and I wish you a wonderful plasma.
Ashe, give thanks, give thanks. Okay, I hope y'all were able to hear that and catch that and grab a hold to what your assignment is. Let's just go back to that. Just one more bit, okay? Oh, ah, for the, well, I don't think I can do that. For the assignment for this week, y'all get into your metaphysical guidance, get into your intellectual usage of the elements of time and space, okay? Taking all these to your using all these to your advantage, the crystals, the candles, the meditations. If you're not brain balancing, I hope you caught that announcement where you can sign up to Brain Balance with Mimic, and then making sure that you're tapping into your inner knowing of how we're connected to the universe and how we're connected to ourselves. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. So we ask that you take and stay with us as we go into the closing and the focus and chant of this session, reminding you all that giving back, is definitely a necessity. So we ask that you take the time right now to give back to Mimic so that we can continue to serve our community, serve you, those of you who come here on the normal heptad to heptad, or some of us might still be saying week to week stages. Times. But we're definitely here, as you may have already noticed, to fulfill the mission of Mimic, right? And so giving is part of that so that others can continue to receive, let alone so you can continue to receive. $5 is all we're asking, but if you want to give more, if your heart says more and more, all you need to know is that it's going to come right back to you. All right, so we have Cash App that you can send to at $Urban Ma'at. We have Venmo at $Mimic. We have PayPal at my foundation. And if you did not hear this before, definitely you can use those very same avenues to sponsor one of the youths to receive this level of intellect and growth for themselves at those same options. Okay. I think the youth workbook is what you'll be contributing to and sponsoring for any others who may not have it, but they know, but you know, and they know they need to be here. So by all means, please make great effort to do that. And so we ask that you keep in mind the special keynote speaker we got coming for next heptad. Be in the space, set your reminders, set your calendars, share, go on to all of our social media platforms. When you see it, post it, repost it, get the word out that what we're doing here is extra phenomenal. Okay. In the Melanin Frequency Vigils every single Sunday evening at 6 p.m. because we are in that divine year of unity as we embody our natural love frequency, living as one in divine unity on earth. I'm going to say that again. We embody our natural love frequency, living as one in divine unity on earth. We embody our natural love frequency, living as one in divine unity on earth. So as you focus, we're going to go ahead and begin our sigil, okay? For the focus, I hope that you are in a very comfortable position as we begin this focus.
are one. 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 We are one.
with the universe.
One. One. We are one.
With the cosmos.
One. We are one.
With the galaxy.
One. We are one.
With the earth.
One. We are one.
With the wind.
One. We are one.
With the fire.
One. We are one.
With the water.
One. We are one.
We are one.
One. We are one.
With the cosmos.
One.
With the galaxy.
One. We are one.
With the universe.
One. We are one.
We are one.
One. We are one.
With the sky.
We are one.
With the birds.
One. We are one.
With the trees.
One. We are one.
We are one.
One. We are one.
With the wind.
One. We are one.
With the earth.
We are one.
With the fire.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
With the water.
We are one.
With the soil.
We are one.
We are one. We are one. With the elements. With the stone.
We are one.
We are one. With the earth. Immortal. We are one. We are one. To the dragon. To the wind. To the demon. And the sea. To the serpent. And the world brings rise up to the eagle. And the hand rise up to the sky. And the moon, the compassionate one. We are one. Rise up to the monkey. And the human. We are one. We are one. To the wizard. And the eagle. To the warrior. We are one. To the navigator. To the mirror. To the storm. And the sun. We are one. We are one. In totality. We are one. Melanated. We are one. Immortal. We are one. Our mission is to establish a global consciousness. A melanin dominated people. Shift the thought. Shift the mindset. Shift the consciousness. Shift the world. Shift into immortal health. Into immortal wealth. With application. And a remembrance of God. Knowledge.
are one.
One.
We are one.
One.
Melanated. Immortal. Establishing everlasting. We are one. Making evolutionary changes. Making evolutionary changes. We are one. We are one. Melanated immortals. We are one. Making evolutionary changes. One. Making evolutionary changes. 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 We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. Making evolutionary changes. 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 We are one. 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 We are one.